If there's one particular video that I really enjoy making, it's about uneducated, misinformed people who exaggerate, make stuff up and outright lie. I like to debunk all that and actually present some facts. This video is no exception. As well as the standard fair use policy, this video is protected under the Treaty of Peace and Friendship 1787. G'day, hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. It is very much appreciated. So I've had this video sitting in my collection for a while and decided that today was the day that I'm going to make a rebuttal video. We have here a Moorish American called Hakim Bey. Before we go any further, I'm going to kick this off with an actual Moroccan person giving us the definition of Moor. Listen carefully.
What did you say? It means black?
It means not actually. It means a slave. It means a slave. That yes.
So the word Moor means slave.
Yes, that's right.
And he's obviously giving some sort of lecture somewhere. Now the video is only 2 minutes 24 seconds long, but there is so much mumbo jumbo to break down. I'm not 100% sure how long my video is going to be. Nevertheless, let's get into it. He says an awful lot of words, but actually says nothing. Let's have a look.
That's why when you look on the back of the dollar bill, you see there's two seals here.
There are two seals. However, the United States uses a seal called the Great Seal, which is two-sided. And to put both seals on the dollar bill, it has to show the obverse side and the reverse side. So technically, it's only one seal.
This is the only nation with a two-sided seal. This seal you see here with the pyramid is the seal of our ancestors and our federal government that we have set up here in this hemisphere going way back.
That is an outright lie and total BS. First of all, you do not have any federal government other than the federal government of the United States of America. Secondly, your ancestors were originally from Africa. And thirdly, the reverse side of the Great Seal of the United States was designed roughly about 1782 by Charles Thomas and William Barton. The seal depicts a truncated pyramid topped with the Eye of Providence. That, by the way, is non-exclusive. It is used all around the world, like places such as Lithuania, Canada, Belarus, Russia and Poland. At the base of the pyramid there are Roman numerals that spell out the year 1776, the year of independence, and contains two Latin phrases, the first being Annuit Coeptus, which means he has favoured our undertaking, and the second is Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means a new order of the ages. Latin, incidentally, was around a long time before Morocco.
This is the seal of the 6 European tribes that we allowed to set up here. That is why above our seal says Annuit Coeptus. He had favored our undertaking. I mean, it was our federal government here that was already established, what they call Iroquois Confederacy, so on and so forth, was already established, that taught them the science of government and allowed them to set up here.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying?
Why are you constantly lying? To start with, it's pronounced Iroquois.
Iroquois. Iroquois. Iroquois.
Not Iroquois Confederacy.
The Iroquois Constitution has absolutely nothing to do with anything that you're saying. First of all, it was created around about 1450, well before any foreigners discovered or settled in America. And secondly, it relates to the real Native Americans, whose names I shall not attempt just for the sake of embarrassment, really.
And you see this flag has 6 white stripes and 7 red. And the elders taught us that those 6 white stripes stands for the British, the Irish, the Scottish, the French, the Dutch, and the German. The 6 European tribes that we allowed to set up here.
If you're going to talk a load of shit, at least get it right. As we can see here, there are 7 white stripes and 6 red. You Mr. Dumbass Bay, you can't even lie flat in bed. And 6 has absolutely nothing to do with this whatsoever. It is all about 13. 13 stars above the bald eagle, 13 letters in the Latin motto, 13 leaves and olives on the olive branch, 13 stripes as we've just discovered, and 13 arrows. And the number 13, of course, relates to the 13 original states.
And all they had initially was the eastern seaboard. The rest was ours. The elders also taught us some things. Now, I know this is going to sound crazy.
No shit, Sherlock!
But do the research and you're going to be surprised at what you find. The elders told us that the original now was here. Old man Mississippi. The Missouri being the blue and the Ohio being the white.
This guy is fucking stupid.
Until this day, where them two come together, there's a city there called Cairo to this day. And that area is called Little Egypt. Then you go down into what the elders taught us was Alabama, so on and so forth, being Lower Egypt. Then you get into Memphis, Tennessee.
Now, I've done some very thorough research into the Mississippi River. At least one of us has done some wrecking research. And I've learned that its source is in Lake Itasca in Minnesota and flows into the Gulf of Mexico. It has a length of 2,340 miles or 3,766 kilometers and is the largest river in North America, but it's only the 10th largest in the world. And that did surprise me, to be honest. The longest river in the world, by the way, is the Nile at 4,130 miles or 6,650 kilometers. That's a whopping 77% longer than the Mississippi River. So there is a city called Cairo in Illinois, but it is in Alexander County, not Little Egypt. In fact, there is no Little Egypt or Lower Egypt. There are sites called Little Egypt, but definitely no areas or regions. So you're mentioning Cairo because you think that the Moors have a connection with Egypt. However, there are many locations along the Mississippi River that have a connection. For example, Quincy. Do you think Jack Klugman got there before the Moors did? Warsaw. Do you think the Polish got there before the Moors did? And Hannibal. Or do you think that Anthony Hopkins got there before you did? I could go on.
The myth-fight theology. Kentucky, King Tut.
Memphis is named Memphis after the Egyptian city Memphis because of their shared location on a great river. And Kentucky is believed to have come from an Iroquois word meaning on the meadow or on the prairie. Now things take a really weird turn into the conspiracy world.
And then you start to look a little further, and then you find out that there was an archaeological cover-up involving the Smithsonian Institute, where they found thousands and thousands of artifacts. They found artifacts showing human beings contemporary with dinosaurs. A lot of this information they put on ships and dumped into the Atlantic Ocean. Some of it they got still in hidden chambers that they say you can't go in there because it got asbestos and it's unsafe.
First of all, the dumping of artifacts by the Smithsonian was a hoax that was started by Jim Vieira and Hugh Newman on the internet back in 2012, which was based on a previously debunked hoax that was started in the 1900s. As for the figures of humans riding dinosaurs, this was found out to be a hoax in 1944. They were known as the Acambro figures. There were no signs of aging, there was no dirt found in any crevice, and the soil at the dig was conducive with a recently dug hole. And it was also discovered that a local family had been making and selling these figurines for $1 a piece.
There's a part of the Grand Canyon where they have all Egyptian names, Tet, Osiris, Isis, and they got that part blocked off. They said it's too dangerous for the people to go there. To this day, this exists.
And still he continues with the lies.
Liar, liar.
What he's referring to here is Isis Temple and Osiris temple in the Grand Canyon. But the big problem is they're not temples. Isis and Osiris are what are known as prominences or rock formations, and it has been deemed by local authorities that it is far too dangerous for people to climb. They are not physical temples that anybody can just simply visit. I did say that the authorities had deemed it too dangerous to climb. However, in late 2018, 3 adventurers, Christopher Zaplicki, Lee Chandler and Dallin Wellington, took on the challenge and climbed to the top of Isis Temple. On arrival there was a register to sign, and although the register only went back to 2008, 13 people had already climbed to the summit of the Isis Temple. Right, that'll do it for this video. Thank you if you did get this far, it is much appreciated. It just goes to prove that the so-called Moorish Americans just lie. Absolute lie. They twist everything to fit their narrative, and they just talk total bullshit. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did enjoy this one. That'll do it for this video. Like I said, thank you very much. Much appreciated. If you did like it, please consider subscribing. You can do so using the icon in the corner there, or the icon roughly around about here. And if you really did like it, please consider hitting that thumbs up button. It really does help. Other than that, thank you again, and I will see you on the next video. G'day.